What should Shogun Season 2 be about? This is going to be a little different from what I normally do. As you've probably heard, Shogun has signed for Seasons 2 and 3. Yes, I'm psyched. But what will the storyline be about? Honestly, I have no clue. I've seen that the Clavel estate is involved, and that I know Clavel intended to write a sequel before he passed. Maybe there's some plots or notes that he left that the public doesn't know about. That's what I'm hopeful for. But if there isn't anything, then what would be the source of inspiration you'd get from history? Season 3 would seem to suggest itself. You could go with the sieges of Osaka. This takes place in 1614 and 15, and it's basically the real-life counterparts of Lord Toranaga and Lady Ochiba having a final showdown through their children for control of Japan. While this is going on, the Catholic missionaries are being kicked out of the country. 47 of them will go into hiding. And in what can only be described as a numerical coincidence, 47 is the exact number of Ronin that will go into hiding nearly a century later to avenge their lord. But Season 2 is first, and there I have a suggestion. About 2 years ago, I posted a video called The Ship with Two Explosions. It details a pivotal piece of history about the Black Ship of 1609. The whole story starts about the winter of 1608-1609 and finishes in 1610. It ends with a tremendous sea battle. In addition, that Black Ship contained a passenger that carved his own niche in Japanese history. Who was the passenger? Well, let's say a cameo by Liam Neeson might be a suggestion. Along with the history in this video, the real-life Blackthorn is building long-range ships to expand Japanese trade. In 1610, Japan establishes relations with the part of the Spanish Empire that's located in Mexico, with the intent of going on to Europe. The denouement of the season could be what happened in history, with the real-life Father Alvido being supplanted by Blackthorn. And in addition, after 10 years, what can we expect from Lady Fuji but that she'll be running the nunnery? And so the possibilities with adding her into the script are endless. So please check out the video that follows this intro. I've posted it on my page in case it gets cut off for any reason. I've also posted a video called Japan's Most Famous Sisters, which will give you a brief insight into the sieges of Osaka. To showrunners Rachel Kondo and Justin Marks, I humbly request your consideration. I hope you enjoy it. Did a Portuguese ship known for one big explosion actually produce two of them? One Portuguese vessel from medieval Japanese history is a ship called the Nossa Senhora de Graça. Some sources will call this ship the Madre de Deus, but that name will also bring up another well-known vessel. The Nossa Senhora de Graça was one of the Black Ships, the large Portuguese trade vessels that brought goods almost annually between Macau and Japan. This particular ship reached Japan in the summer of 1609, overladen with more than 2 years of cargo, as the ship had been unable to make the journey in the prior year. The ship's captain was Andre Pessoa, and therein lies the problem. Captain Major Pessoa was the governor of Macau, a title that came jointly with being the captain of the Black Ship. At this time, Japan was doing its best to expand its own shipping efforts to the mainland. In 1608, a large group of samurai got so rowdy that locals demanded something be done. Pessoa's actions ended in the death of an estimated 50 samurai. I will do a video on this incident at a later time. However, the short version is, news of Pessoa's actions in 1608 reached Japan in 1609, at the time that the Nossa Senhora de Graça was in the harbor at Nagasaki. There was a tremendous back and forth in an effort to bring Pessoa to justice in Japan. It ended with a 4-day sea battle in January of 1610. With the ship on fire and unable to escape, Pessoa ordered the powder magazine be detonated. The ship blew up and went down with all hands and cargo. So what do I mean by a second explosion? The Black Ships were used to transport passengers, such as the Catholic missionaries that had been assigned to Japan. What few people know is that the Nossa Senhora de Graça brought a priest along on its voyage. That priest disembarked in the summer of 1609 and immediately went to work learning the Japanese language, a requirement for doing missionary work in Japan. The priest's name? Cristobal Ferreira, the famed Jesuit who, as de facto head of the Jesuit order in Japan, apostatized under torture. The apostate priest, immortalized in the book's silence and portrayed in the movie by Liam Neeson, a man whose actions created their own explosion in Japan. If you like my Japanese history snippets, please follow, subscribe, like, and share my videos. Also, please check out my books. Thank you.